Can you hear me?
Yep, and then I see my signal as well. That is good.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So just this piece of code is all the way from 5.1 to 5.4, and this is just setting up the basis of what we're going to be using for routes, basically just returning something.
Fair enough.
So we just set up the port, we install the HTTP and the module, and then the status codes module. Then we create our server, and then when a request, so on request, we have request and response. So this is specifying the content type for HTML. And then here we're setting our response message, and this will show on the screen. And then we're going to say response, end with response message. And then we're also going to log some information about the request, namely the method URL and headers. So when we start up the server.
Not too different from the last one, actually.
No, it isn't too different. So you can see at the beginning, it's only telling us that the server started.
Yeah. Let's request.
But then when you actually, so you can see it shows up here, when we actually run the request, it's able to then log that.
Yeah.
Is it not doing everything? Method URL headers. Yeah. Oh, here it goes. Okay, so it just took extremely long. So here you can see some information just about the request in general. And then the URL that's being sent through. So you can see the type of GET. This is our host connection. So then we move on to 5.2. 5.5. So in this part, we're basically just moving to a little bit more advanced responses coming from from our side. So we're going to be using JSON to stringify objects. And then we're also going to start eventually pushing data physically to the receiving page. So eventually what we're going to do is we're going to start using routes, but for now, we're just going to have these set routes. So we're also just going to console log the same information as previously, but we're also going to log extra body contents coming from the request. And then the same thing, we're just going to say this, we're going to respond with the context type of a text or HTML. This is our response message. Response with end response message. So here, what's not defined? Okay, hang on. Here we go. Okay, so the server started again. So if you go now, you see the hello. And then this time it logged the information a lot quicker. But you can see, that's where it gets it. So here's the body code. Let's cancel the server. Let's see if we can get something back. Dead. There we go. There it comes through. So you can see we can get the body content. So you can see it's a get method. This is the URL, which is just the default currently. And then here's host and the others. They're basically the same information we had the previous time.
This actually lets you know how much hackers could find out about you if they made an effort.
Yeah.
Like, just an effort. Damn. Okay, what's happening?
So in this part, we're going to be using routes to actually control what the server is going to send back. So we have a routes map, and that basically just links up the types of the URL that you're going to get, so either the default /info/contact with these texts that would wants to return. So for instance, it has port, so this just sets the port here, so it creates the server. Okay, so here it logs the URL that you put into the physical URL. And then here it's going to say, okay, so it's going to take the routes map, and then it's going to take your current URL and basically look for it in this object. And then it's going to return whatever the result would be. So it says default slash, it's going to say welcome. If it's contact, it's just going to say contact us.
Loki, that's a hash map though. Yeah.
It's an object.
Oh yeah. JS objects and hash maps, same thing. I forget. Same structure.
Yeah, that's just the name that you call it. Okay, so there it's starting on port 3000. So now if it's just the default slash, it's just going to return welcome. We say forward slash. That's it. Contact. It says contact us, something forward slash. What was the last one? Info. And then it will return info page. So this is just basically getting set up with how routes work and returning things from the back into the front end. So you can also put in something that doesn't exist. And I'll tell you the page doesn't exist. So yeah, still very basic, very simple. But you can also see here's the URL that we've been putting in the whole time.
Oh yeah, there it goes. It's checking it. That is good. That is clean as well. I like this one.